Yo, what's up, what's up? You rocking with the GOAT of the game, hip-hop gamer, hot 97 to 660 GGL. Let's get it. Now listen, let me tell you something. I gotta spin the chain. I gotta spin the chain out the gate, you know what I'm saying? My dude, Lio Rush, will jump from the top rope, leg drop, you do a frog splash, and then go in the booth and drop some bars. Give it up for my man who truly feel like a giant right now. You know what I'm saying? Show your love for the one and only Lio Rush. My dude. First of all, how you feeling and God bless, man?
Nah, all that, man. I appreciate it. But nah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I appreciate you having me on here. The intro was crazy, so I'm excited. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, let's get it, man. So, yo, my first question to you, man, because this is like always very important to me, because I always love to know the why of why you do what you do. So, if you could share with me, when did you actually like fall in love with wrestling, and then when did you fall in love with hip hop? You know what I'm saying? All the music. Like, when did this become more of who you are, so that now we get a chance to live and experience what your life is as you put it out musically and entertain us, in the square circle.
Yeah, well, I mean, first off, that why is because I love it. That's my why. I feel like I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love it. The wrestling, the music, is who I am. Um, you know, I I fell in love with wrestling when I was 5 years old, watching it on UPN, watching SmackDown on UPN. Um, you know, uh, I fell in love with it. It's like, how could you not? As a kid, seeing all the lights, hearing the music, seeing the wrestlers with their crazy hair and the muscles, and they slamming people. They're doing what kids dream about doing, but they're doing it. Making a living off doing it. Um, and I fell in love with hip hop. I wouldn't say mainly like hip hop. I feel like I've always just loved music in general, but I feel like
Mm.
I started my hip hop journey when I felt comfortable in my voice, when I felt comfortable in myself and my story and my journey. And I knew that I had that ability to make music and tell my story at the same time. And I feel like that's when I fell in love with, just rap in general. So,
Wow, nah, that's ill, bro. Just to grow up loving both and being able to execute and live out these dreams. Not everybody get to that part. So this right here is a blessing to witness, bro. Like facts, you know what I'm saying? So my main question for you, I want to like dive right deep into this, man. Have you what what injuries that that you've had in wrestling, things that you dealt with, where you felt like, dang, I don't know if I could come back from this. Like, I don't know what's going on. But you managed to come back and persevere. That opened so many doors for you to do other things beyond wrestling, like how you're doing music. And I'm pretty sure there's other things you're going to want to do as well. We're going to talk about that. But I would love to know what it's like when you feel like things ain't working for you, but you got to find a way. So can you share with me how strong you are, not just physically, because you ripped and everything, but how strong you are, mentally to still
yeah.
be here and still be powerful?
Yeah, I can't even pinpoint one. I'd say multiple times. I've been hurt multiple times in wrestling, and I wrestling is all about momentum. You
Mm.
know, it's all about continuing on that train that you've been on for a minute. So as soon as you pick up some steam, you want to keep that. You want to keep that rolling. And the moment that you get hurt, you're derailed and you're
Mm.
out for 4, 6, 9, 12 months. I can recall getting concussions at times where I felt like I was truly building up some momentum, and had to, get on the sidelines for a few months, or, one that I can vividly remember, which is an injury that changed my life, not even just my wrestling, career, but I separated my AC joint in my right shoulder, and I tore my bicep and my labrum in my left shoulder. That required for me to get surgery, and I had to be out of action for 11 months. So that does a lot. That did a lot for me, a lot of damage. I was trying to figure things out. I got hurt in a time in my life where I felt like I needed to make a move, and a powerful one. And God had other plans. He needed me to, see things that I couldn't see while I was on this crazy run that I was on. So I had to, get sat down for a few, and realize a couple of things, and change my life around, and change things that I was doing, and kind of go with the flow. I remember getting my face split open out in Japan. That completely, I didn't have all the scars and stuff on my face. So that was pretty big. Our business is about like a cosmetic too. We gotta show the face. That's our money maker. So that was pretty big for me. But through all that, you gotta keep going. Because if you stop, it's done.
Got
You
you.
know?
No, nah, this
Yeah.
is bro. This is powerful, and I didn't even know to the extent like that this happened, and now I get it that much more. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now the reason why I wanted to ask you that question, because it sets me up for this. Every artist, when you titling something, when you naming something, like this is like your blueprint on what you want to tell the world. So when you say feel like a giant, like what does that mean to you now? And what do you want the fans to get out of this musically when you tell them that you feel like a giant? You know what I'm saying? What does this
Yeah.
body of work mean to you? What does this voice that you got musically mean to you now to walk a giant's journey? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Into the world of music. Break it down in terms of that process. What being in the studio, going into the booth, like all these things that's on your heart and on your mind.
Yeah.
Let us know what that experience was like, from the great Lio Rush.
Yeah. I think feel like a giant to me right now means completely owning and being proud of everything that I've done in the world of professional wrestling, and
Mm,
and and being proud of it, being knowing that I'm Leo Rush. I'm a
mm,
person uh, that has influenced a generation of wrestlers, a wrestler who has stayed true to himself, believed in himself, and still walking the path that I walked on since the very beginning, and being able to still grow. You know, that's the thing about giants; they don't stop growing. They
I
keep they,
like
they
that.
keep
I
going.
like
So,
that. That's for the
yeah,
chain on that one. I like that, bro. I like
yeah,
that, sir. That's fire. So they'll just to stay in that pocket right now in terms of Giants continuing to grow. What I want to ask you this, man, when you was in the booth, do you remember like what was your most important bar or your most important lyric on this particular project that you put out that you felt like if I don't do anything, I gotta say this. Like once I say this or put this out, this is what's gonna make people truly, truly understand me and vibe with me in a different way beyond the wrestling mat. You know what I'm saying? What's that bar or what's that lyric on either one of the songs that you have on your project that you feel is like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I needed to get this out. It came out correct. I can't wait for the world to hear this. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Talk to me.
yeah. The intro, ready.
Oh, word,
Uh,
ready? And it sound like a chant
yeah,
too. Ready? I'm ready. Yeah, it sound like a
yeah,
chant, son. All right, go ahead.
yeah. That the intro to that song, you know, that's that's me understanding, my mission, and knowing what I need in order to move forward, going on the path that I'm going on. Um, I can tell you the whole end, sun up, sun down, putting in that work, wishing goodwill on my enemies. Ride slow through the night while I feel so divine. All that bad energy is really killing me. Past set on fire, but some reasons to smile today. I'm on a hill, I'm going up, I'm like miles away from them. They can't catch up to me, I'm red like blaze running. Shit been getting scary to end, them days coming, yeah. but I'm stashed up, masked up. I'm ready if you ask us.
Yo, let's go, son. Gotta spin the chain on that one again,
Yeah,
son. Yo, son.
yeah,
Yo, you know what's crazy? I'm not sure if you noticed because like you lived with your voice all your life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah.
you do have a ill like voice, like you have a certain sound just to your natural speaking voice. So you know me, like I'm a professional gamer as well. So do you think another area or another element of entertainment you could tackle would be in the gaming industry? If so, like what's some video games that you either seen or played that like if you could lend your voice to it, like be a voice actor, like in certain video games, like what games would you want to be in to hear your voice in, bro? I think that'd be crazy, son. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, nah, that's good. I definitely see, myself doing some voice acting. I feel like I'm pretty like charismatic and I got good range.
Mm.
So I feel like I wanna be a villain. I feel
Ooh.
like I can see myself being or playing like a villain, like real confident, real um uh melodic, real, you know, deep in thought, in control, and somebody that sees a vision, and somebody that's got a crew of people around them, like almost like a little gang of people around them. So some kind of superhero game, some kind of I mean, I can even, I used to play a lot of race. I used to play Tokyo Drift. You remember Tokyo
Oh,
Drift?
word, Tokyo Drift. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that's crazy.
yeah.
So that was
um,
one of my favorite games too, son. Tokyo Drift. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
if you're gonna put me in a race car game and have me be the player that's driving the actual car,
Yeah.
so you can hear my voice while I'm driving the car.
Wow, yo, that's ill. That's cool,
Yeah,
bro. You the first person to answer it like that. Like that's like that
that's,
particular way. That was interesting, bro. So now another thing I was thinking about, not just as I'm listening, but also as I'm watching, I noticed, obviously, like COVID was a tough time for a lot of people. One thing I want to ask you is, before COVID took place, you had a powerful, match in 2019 and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And in this match, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to mess up what I will say, but I think that was for the cruiserweight title, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so my question to you is that's a big moment. Like, you know what I'm saying, to get the championship title, like that's a big moment. So my question is winning the championship is one thing. But when you win in front of all these people, you got family cheering you on. You got all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is obviously, like pre-COVID and stuff like that. Did you feel like a giant then? And is there anything that you think back on from what you've done previously that led to the creation of like a giant, like be like a giant now?
yeah. I think feel like a giant. The project that I currently have out wouldn't be possible if that moment back then of winning the cruiserweight title didn't happen. Because, and this is the answer to that question of, did I feel like a giant then? Yes, it was a huge milestone for me. It felt like a goal that took a lifetime to accomplish. But within that moment, I felt small. I felt like one journey was done, like the chapter closed, and now I'm starting from scratch. Because now that I won this title, what comes with that is, yes, all of the people that have followed me with that journey, but a moment as big as that also opens a whole nother door of people that are now watching me and
Mm.
now seeing who I am. And to those people, they're just now getting to know me. They're just now following my journey. So in a sense, I felt like I had to start over right there. I always try to treat big moments, you know, with the knowledge of, okay, I'm about to reach a new audience. And now that I've reached that new audience, I got to start over from scratch. I gotta go in to this like nobody knows me because I'm trying to create those new fans. So
Wow, yo, bro, that's the first time, and I get it. I understand everything 100%, but it's the first time I heard it broken down like that. That's crazy. So like, this makes me want to touch on another subject. So, Will Smith, right? We always talk about rock bottom, rock bottom moments, you know what I'm saying? Pun intended, you know what I mean? We love the rock wrestling, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. So, like, we talk about rock bottom a lot. But Will Smith introduced something in an interview that he did called Cliff Top. And what he was talking about is you could get so high up to where there's nothing else there and there's nothing else to make you happy. So everything that you thought would make you happy, you realize that it didn't, and you're at the highest peak of this, and now there's a fall. Like now there's a real big crazy thing because you don't even know where to go next because you done so much, and it can leave you in a scary space. And the only thing left is really you. So my question to you, like knowing this, winning the title in 2019, uh, in terms of your journey now, is music your new outlet to try to get to another version of your giant? Or is there still something about Lio Rush that's seeking that rush to get to that next level currently right now as we speak? Because that, the way you broke that down, bro, that just opened up the floodgates for so many things. And you got to remember, there's a lot of people that's going to watch this interview that's hanging on to every word you say in this moment, bro. So please share with me, man. Just to reiterate the question, going to that cliff top, is music your next opportunity to get to the top?
I think it is something that's very, very important in order to get there because ultimately, the music is is me. The music is me, sharing my story, sharing my journey, and kind of hearing that back in my own head and knowing where I need to go next and how I want to operate, moving forward. Ultimately, trying to, it's life. It's the game of life, and it's a battle with yourself. I feel like uh, having those moments that I've been able to have within wrestling that's ultimately gotten to that cliff top that you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's still more that I want to accomplish in wrestling that Lio Rush is seeking out to accomplish. But there's even more that I'm trying to accomplish with the music. And that's figuring out me. That's being able to truly be comfortable with what I've been able to do in life, the experiences that I've been able to have in life, and music is my voice, not for just other people, but for myself, because your biggest cheerleader is yourself. You're the one
Facts.
that's pushing uh, yourself every day to do better, to be better, to accomplish more. So. Um,
Wow.
I listen to Feel Like a Giant before I do anything. If I got to
Wow.
listen to it 5, 6, 8 times a day because I'm doing 5, 6, 8 things in the day,
Mm.
it's a daily, it's a daily reminder to myself, that I'm a giant walking into anything that I'm doing.
Wow, yo, that's fire. That's fire, bro. So, like, I got a couple more questions, bro, and I'm gonna let you go. But my next question is this, man. Like, when it comes to music and the combination of wrestling and other areas of entertainment, you got people like Shaq, you got people like Damian Lillard, you got Iman Shumpert, you know what I'm saying? But also, you got John Cena, like, you know what I'm saying? It's rapping as well. You got, Jay Uso be doing his thing, you know what I'm saying, with the yeet and stuff like that. All that energy is there. So my question to you is just being around all of this, you know what I mean, seeing all these people and stuff like that. Like, is there have you ever thought of a track that you feel like, yo, you know what, we should have a track and it's all wrestlers or all sports athletes, like all athletes or something like that, and we just all come together and do a track and just do something crazy in the hip hop game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
so would you be open to that, or who would you want to do a song with? You know what I'm saying? That's other athletes that y'all can come together and kill it, bro. Come on, talk to me, son. What's up?
I, I'd love to. I've actually talked about this to a lot of people in the past, and it's definitely something that I'm open to doing because wrestlers are so talented,
Mm,
not just in the ring, but and I feel like in order to be talented in the ring or be talented and good at what you're doing in wrestling, you got to be a good creative. You
right.
know, I feel like there's so many people within wrestling that are creative in other things, and some of those things are music. And I love to put a spotlight on that. I feel like especially now you're seeing so
Mm.
many rappers, so many music artists that are showing love to wrestling these days, and
Yes.
I feel like it'll be refreshing for those individuals to be exposed to wrestlers who make music, the kind of music that they like listening to. So
Yeah, nah, I
I,
think that'll be fire. I'm with you
yeah,
100%, son. That'll be crazy. I really hope like you reach out to somebody that create the conversation to make everybody like want to join in. You know how ill that'll be, bro? Like, especially now, like you
absolutely.
said, bro, that'll be crazy. So, like, for the final question, man, and this is more of a two-parter. So let me ask you this, because this is very interesting, right? So, who do you feel gave you your toughest match in wrestling? Who do you feel gave you your toughest match in wrestling, right? And two, who's someone you looking to get revenge on in wrestling?
Sheesh.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
We do this over here. Hip Hop Gamer, let's get it, baby.
yeah, man, I can. Wow. Yeah, I would love to get revenge. And um, what's funny about it is that I'm in the current promotion with the guy right now. Um, and I wouldn't say revenge, but maybe I'd like to knock on this person's door and see if we got some unfinished business because I feel like we do. But Bobby Lashley, yeah, he's definitely on the list of people that we got to have a talk, man. We gotta have a talk. Yeah, wasn't my toughest match because we haven't wrestled, but we got to have a talk for sure. That'll be in the revenge category. But
Yo,
it's
yo, that's like, yo, David about to bring
yeah,
down Goliath right now, son.
yeah,
That's what it
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like.
And for somebody who's given me my toughest match, um, I am pretty big on the sport and the athleticism of what we do, and the actual pain that it is that we feel in the ring. Um, I like going off and going on different journeys and going to different countries and experiencing different styles of wrestling.
Mm,
Somebody that I've run into out in Japan for New Japan Pro Wrestling, um, Hiromu. Uh,
mm,
he is somebody who's given me my toughest match, who's taken me to the absolute limit. Somebody who I've wrestled before and have beaten before, but he's also beaten me. But when he's beaten me, it's been for the title. I've beaten him and it hasn't been for the title. So if we can get to a point where he's the champ again and I can beat him, it'll solidify some things for me.
ooh, I got you. I got you. That's that you don't say that's that one that sting. I got you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
you, bro. Now I know I gotta let you go, but I got a funny story. So if you look on my chain, right, it says
Yeah.
GGL. This is the Global Gaming League, as you see up here. The Global Gaming League, right? Shout out to Clinton Sparks, T-Pain, my family over there. So listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, right? We had a major like launch event, and Bobby Lashley was there at the Global Gaming League, bro. Bobby Lashley was there. So he's involved and he's interested. Now, one thing I would say in a fun way to kind of open up the dialogue to settle in that David and Goliath moment, it'll be, with the Global Gaming League, right? We got Ric Flair, we got Flavor Flav, we got Waka Flocka, we got Neo, we got so many people that got their own gaming teams, right, bro? So how ill would it be if Lio Rush had his own gaming team in the Global Gaming League, and then Bobby Lashley get his, and y'all battle it out like your team versus team, head to
Yeah.
head. Y'all, your team versus his team, y'all battle it out live in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? On the front page of Twitch, blowing it up, everything. Where we got Lio Rush versus Bobby Lashley in the game to open the door up for the wrestling game and the
I mean,
wrestling match. What you
I
think,
don't know
bro?
if you're ready. I don't know if you're ready for that. I might have some heavy hitters on my squad. So yeah, I'm up for it. I'm always up for a challenge.
I bet. Let's get it. I'm down to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So look, on that note, everybody, please show your love humbly. Show your love for the one and only Blackheart. That Blackheart right there.
Let's
You know what
go.
I'm saying? Show your
Yep.
love for the one and only Lio Rush. This is my
Let's
dude.
get
This is
it.
my brother. Yo, God bless you, man. And I'm telling you, man, you are a giant. And I can't wait to see you go from being a giant to being small, to being a giant, to being a small, to being a giant again, because that journey, whether it comes with many ups, whether it comes with many downs, as long as you never give up, that's where the true victory lies, and you are victorious. And it's an honor to have spoken with you today, man. Is there anything you want to say to the fans before we get up out of here, bro?
I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I appreciate the love. You know, if you just now getting here, I'm telling you, this is a ride that you want to go on with me, with everybody else who's been following on this journey for 10 plus years. It's been one hell of a journey. So let's keep it going. You know, follow me on all my social media platforms at I am Lio Rush. That's on X. That's on Instagram. Yeah, and yeah, it's up. It's up.
Let's go, baby. It's up. So you already know what it is. It's the go to the game. Hip Hop Gamer on your hot 9-7 every day. That's my word. And we out of here. Peace.